Isn't it? Ought to have been a happy occasion.
It is a happy occasion. Well, I'm happy anyway.
I must say, it's brought out a very determined streak in you, as this.
There's been a serious incident involving a United States warship in the waters off the coast of Iran. No further details are given in the story, attributed to the paper's defense correspondent. However, one rumor being heard increasingly in the capital this morning says the vessel is a US submarine that has disappeared whilst on routine patrol in the area.
Didn't you hear what I said, Gordon? Mr. and Mrs. Kemp are here. Turn the television
by seeming to confirm that something very serious has happened. A Pentagon spokesman has refused to be drawn one way or the other on the crisis, parrying all reporters' questions at his regular morning.
Do come in.
Mum, Mrs. Kemp, Mr. Kemp.
Mr. Lee, how do you do?
How do you do?
Dad, Mr. and Mrs. Kemp.
Oh,
Hello.
hello again. How do you do? How do you do, Mrs. Kemp?
Do go through.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
BBC News at 8 o'clock. The Soviet Union has protested strongly to the United States about what it calls dangerous provocations by American warships in the Gulf of Oman yesterday. This follows an incident in which serious damage was caused to the Soviet cruiser Kirov when she was in collision with the US destroyer Callahan.
It's in a bit of a state, but it's got possibilities.
I'll have that door stripped down, all this paper off and the walls white.
There's about 16 layers on here.
Ah, my mother and dad will help us, I'm sure they will.
My dad will give us hand as well. Be glad of something to do.
What are you laughing at?
Just thinking of his face when my mother said we could borrow his redundancy money.
Oh, don't.
We go fancying a trip to Bermuda on it. Looks like we're in Blackpool again.
Oh, dear. I like the gardens. I think it's lovely for children to have somewhere to play.
I wonder if they'll let me build an aviary down there.
Oh, you and your birds.
Makes you feel funny, though, doesn't it?
What do you mean?
Thought of owning home, being married, having children. You have to put years on you, don't it?
Don't be silly. Don't be lovely. I just know it will.
Yeah, love.
American and Israeli search and rescue vessels in the area today came across debris and oil slicks that could only have come from the missing submarine. It's still being said in Washington that the Los Angeles was on a routine reconnaissance mission off the coast of Iran when she sank last Tuesday with the loss of all hands. After paying tribute to her 127 officers and men, the president went on to say that he held the Soviet Union solely responsible for their deaths and for the vessel's disappearance.
The unprovoked attack on our submarine and the move into Iran are the actions of a reckless and warlike power. I have to warn the Soviets in the clearest possible terms that they risk taking us to the brink of an armed confrontation with incalculable consequences for all mankind.
Britain has emergency plans for war. If central government should ever fail, power can be transferred instead to a system of local officials dispersed across the country. In an urban district like Sheffield, there is already a designated wartime controller. He's the city's peacetime chief executive. If it should suddenly become necessary, he can be given full powers of internal government. When or if this happens depends on the crisis itself.
The United States government has been forced, reluctantly, to take action to safeguard what it believes are legitimate Western interests in the Middle East. This administration has therefore resolved to send units of its Rapid Deployment Force, the U.S. Central Command, into western Iran. We are confident that the Soviet Union will take note of our resolve and will desist from its present perilous course of action.
Thank you very much, sir.
It's the time. So if you want to tighten up the time muscle, here's a very simple but very good exercise. And the only piece of equipment you want is a chair with legs. Right. I'll just let you listen to the lovely silhouette piece. Why don't you get that chair home?
Mary, I want you to contact the following people and have them in my office in 10 minutes' time. I don't care what they're doing, they're to drop in and get here right away. Is that clear? Right. You got a pencil? Okay. Alan Bolton, George Cox, Roger Fisher, Susan Russell, ES Administration, Tony Barnes, Roy Chamberlain.
It's busy for a Wednesday, isn't it? I think it was Christmas.
The best of the weather again tomorrow. It looks as if Northern Ireland
And what about the food situation? What have we got?
as well. In between these areas,
And what about fire?
cloudier weather. This cloud could give some eastern areas
What else is there?
a cloudier time on Sunday.
Corned beef?
The detailed picture now.
It's not from Argentina.
Islands, south and east Wales.
Okay, what about supplies to the first aid post?
In England, a fine evening and a
Is that
dry
all?
night with perhaps
Well, that's not going to get us very far, is it?
spots. In the main,
What?
temperatures no lower than about 5 centigrade.
Well, I'm sure I don't know, if I'm honest.
Tomorrow, once again, dry.
We've heard nothing about emergency powers as yet.
Even a shade higher than today.
Anyway, don't make a song and dance about it. Just get on with it. Don't tell anybody you don't have to, eh? Okay.
The remaining units of the United States 10th Airborne Division, which parachuted into western Iran yesterday, have taken up defensive positions near Isfahan, designed, according to the spokesman, to block any possible move towards the oil fields in the Persian Gulf. Squadrons of American B-52 bombers have been arriving at U.S. bases in Turkey since late on Tuesday evening, together with 3 AWACS early warning aircraft. It's believed that they'll be used in the supporting